Hi everyone, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Amber.
And we're
Witches Talking Tarot.
And I'm really excited about today's topic. We're going to be discussing Cupid, and I call her Psyche. You call her Psyche?
Psyche.
Is that how it's supposed to be pronounced? Or is it
it's Psyche in class. Whatchamacallit?
Latin?
Class. Not Latin class. I learned about the psyche, like our psyche.
Yeah,
in,
Psyche. I had heard that.
Whatchamacallit class. It's not sociology.
Psychology?
Psychology.
Okay.
I took a college psychology course, and so I don't know if in mythology it's supposed to be psych or psyche, but I say psyche because it's spelled the exact same way, and it's what I learned in class. So I mean,
we always address the different pronunciations because you and I have different pronunciations on a lot of things. So I personally call it psych, and so it really doesn't matter, honestly.
Right. And this is a Latin. It's a Latin tale, so in the original writing by Lucius Appius, I probably didn't say that right, all of the Latin names are used. We will probably go back and forth because we typically use their Greek names, as a disclaimer to everybody. So, like, if you do know this story and we say Persephone instead of Proserpine, or we say Zeus instead of Jupiter. I tried to say them both at the same time and said Juice.
Is that what you...
But anyway, so we'll probably go back and forth, but except for like Cupid.
Right,
he's probably the only one.
Eros, but I just always call him.
Never call him Eros. I couldn't even remember. I was like, what is the Greek name? Oh.
Well, I love that in that new Marvel show, Eros is casted as Harry Styles. And I think that was great casting because he's cute. Yeah, I think
my oldest daughter has a thing for him, and I'm like, she got me listening to his music, and I can't lie, he's legal now, so it's like, ooh. But my daughter has a thing for him, so it's like, ooh.
You know, I guess I don't really like him like that.
Didn't, like, I was a full-grown adult when Harry Styles and One Direction came around, right?
Yeah. They were kids.
Yeah, they were kids, and I actually used to work the Pizza Hut Twitter feed at the call center I worked at, and all of these little One Direction fan girls found Pizza Hut one night, and they were talking to Pizza Hut, and I was responding back to them, and they really liked it. And so, like, Pizza Hut went from 100,000 followers to 400,000 followers because, like, all these little teeny bopper fandoms found out that Pizza Hut would respond to you with fun little quips and shit. And so they just all started following Pizza Hut and engaging with Pizza Hut. And so I am used to Harry Styles as, like, what to me looks like a 12-year-old.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
So then when I watch the Watermelon Sugar video.
Watermelon Sugar.
I love that song.
I guess that song's good. I like Sign of the
Cherry.
Times.
I love Cherry.
I haven't heard that one, but I do like Sign of the Times, and I love his Falling.
Oh,
it's so it's deep. It's deep as fuck.
That was the song that made me go, damn you, Harry Styles, I love your music.
Right, that's good.
And then I was like, oh, he's kind of a cutie.
Because, like, and his lyrics are so intense.
They are.
Like, I think he says, what if I'm someone I don't
want to be? Yeah. Or I don't want you to know me as, or something.
Or he said, like, I can't unpack the baggage that was left. And it's like, damn.
His lyrics are so... And, like, there's this one song, and it's like, I think it might be the Cherry song, but it might be Falling. I don't know, but he says, is he going to take you walking around his family's gallery? And it's like, I want somebody that takes me walking around his family's art gallery.
What the fuck? How rich are you?
Yeah, you have a family art gallery? Like, I'm sorry, Curly Q, what?
Right.
Yeah, like, I see him and I just see his curly hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, I like that the Jonas Brothers are back together.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm a big fan of them, actually.
Okay,
but they're all married. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I took us off track, but what is Harry Styles cast as again?
Eros.
In...
It's a Marvel movie. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But, like, Thanos is, like, their uncle.
I can see it. He's a perfect Cupid because he's girls. I'm sorry.
Thanos is, like...
And
Thanatos is the god of death. Not the god of the dead. That's Hades.
Right.
But Thanatos is the god of death, I believe.
Not sure.
Yeah, I know. I know that's like... because people are always confusing the two. Anyway, so he's in that, or...
Guardians of the Galaxy threw me off with the whole Thanos.
Was the Thanos thing?
Yeah, the name throws me the fuck off. I always, because isn't there a Thanos?
There is a Thanos, and that's
what
he's
based off. And there's also a Thanatos, and it throws me the fuck off now. Like, I just, there's too much for the little blonde brain.
Oh, sorry. No. So they're pretty much the same thing. But, like, I believe so.
So
like,
it's a Marvel show that's coming out on Disney Plus?
No, it's a movie. I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure that I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am so sorry not to be that bitch. Yes, Thanatos is the personification of death. Okay. So that is how it's pronounced, with the T. Anyway, so he's in that. Then you have Euros, and then you have a couple other ones as well. But it's like, in Marvel, they have the Nordic gods. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's how...
Thor and Loki and all that
stuff. Yeah. So, like, they're just everywhere. Point being, Euros is in there.
Hey. Capitalizing. That's what Disney does.
Oh, God. Well, it's a comic.
You know what? I can't even... I should stop. Personal views.
Here we go again. Every time we gotta make, like, one, like... last time it was D-Day.
Usually it's the government. But anyway.
Right. So anyway, Cupid and Psyche. They're one of my favorite... one of my favorite love tales, because I love Eurydice.
And Orpheus.
Yes. Oh, I love that one.
Like, so...
We're gonna do one on that
in the book, the Edith Hamilton's mythology, where she has done a collection, and again, like I was telling you earlier, that I purchased that for Latin class when I was in high school, because that's the book we read all of our mythology out of for class, because the thing I loved the best about being in Latin class was we got to do mythology and language. Hell, it was great. Yeah. But after the Cupid and Psyche tale, there is 8 brief tales of lovers. And there's like at least 3 of them, because there's Pyramus and Thisbe, there is Galatea and I can't remember his name.
That's okay. I use my phone. Amber's using the book. She's more...
Well, I've literally had this since I was in high school. I
did see the Thisbe one.
Book. Yes, Pyramus and Thisbe. Oh, I said that though. But where's the 8 brief tales of lovers? It is... There we go. Okay, Pyramus and Thisbe, and...
I wonder how much this book is worth now. How much was it when you got it?
Pygmalion and Galatea. I mean, it was probably like $13. I mean, it's still in print. I'm sure. Pygmalion and Galatea, I love it because Aphrodite plays a huge role. And then also you mentioned Orpheus, and they're not in the 8 brief tales of lover. They get their own big one. But Daphne is mentioned in here. I love...
anyway, with Apollo and she turns into the tree?
Yes. That's listed in the 8 brief tales of lovers.
I feel so fucking bad for Apollo.
Like they're some of my favorite myths ever.
Just because that was brought up, I feel so fucking bad for Apollo, because I'm pretty sure he killed one of his lovers with a fucking frisbee. And then another one turns into a tree. Like, the guy can't catch a fucking break, dude. What is going on?
And yet he's the god of music. His life should be lyrical.
Because he's probably like one
of those... I guess it's a sad song, not a happy one.
Maybe he's singing show tunes and everyone's like, oh my god, this guy won't stop. What the...
He's like still looking for the right one, because everybody's like...
He's like, I love you, and they're like, can you fucking just say it? Just say it.
You don't have to sing everything at me. I want eggs for breakfast. Can you just say that?
Eggs. But also, I imagine Apollo like the most beautiful. Like he's like this handsome, very feminine like man who's like.
I see, like,
high heels on.
So, like, last week I said Xena was, like, as masculine as you can be and still be feminine. I feel like the opposite with Apollo. He's as feminine as you can be and still be very masculine. Because he's the god of... Like, to me, Apollo is the sun, and he is the god of music, and so, like, that is very masculine connotations, but he does have, like, a very feminine vibe, because also, like, music and the way that everything flows, you know.
And he's a pretty boy, like Leonardo DiCaprio from the 90s, actually, now that I think about it.
My husband's on my TikTok. We're getting into territory of what I really like there.
I can see that.
I think I jokingly told my mother-in-law once, like, oh, I would leave your son for Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, Leo would never pick me, but...
I know, well, Leo has a type, and
she's a lot younger than I am, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think he's ever dated anyone over the age of 25. Like,
that makes my almost 40-year-old self, who's younger than him, feel bad.
No, you are younger than him,
right? Like
he's getting old. Bitch. He's not getting old.
I saw your skin in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
In the 90s.
I'm just kidding. You were great in that movie. I fucking love that movie.
Specifically, Leo.
And Leo, if you're watching our podcast, oh my God.
Yeah, right? Well, like, specifically Leo in the 90s
obviously,
for
fans,
Apollo.
I know he's not watching.
Because, specifically Leo in the 90s for Apollo, because Leo had that boyish chest.
Yes. He was like that. Him plucked out of Romeo and Juliet, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely. They got that scene where he's like,
I know, that's what I was
exactly
thinking.
what
Yes, I love that movie and the soundtrack.
Oh my God, yeah, the soundtrack.
Okay, so...
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, Apollo's part of it.
Yes, Apollo is part of it, yes. So who would be Psyche? Like, so she's the most beautiful. So to me, I'm like, I want to be like Scarlett Johansson. But
I feel like
she's not that kind of look. I don't feel she would have the Scarlett look. I feel like...
I think she would have more...
Jessica Biel kind of vibes. Mm-hmm. I feel like she would very much have Jessica Biel kind of, like, very soft features, right? And Scarlett is the most beautiful woman to me.
She's gorgeous.
But I would not call her features
They're openly
soft.
beautiful.
Yes.
They're sexy.
They're like stark, or not stark, but sharp. But whereas like Jessica Biel, there's some like they have softer.
What
features.
does she play? I can't think of Jessica Biel off the top of my head. I can't think of her. I can't.
Right now, she does a lot of TikToks where she like... Maybe I'm saying the wrong Jessica. She was married to Ben Affleck.
Wasn't that Biel? That's Jennifer Garner.
Okay, so I'm picturing Jennifer Gardner. I don't know who Jessica Biel is.
She was married to Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck said, if I was still married to her,
I am totally picturing Jessica Biel because I just pictured Jennifer Gardner. You want to...
Yes, do you mind?
Please.
Sorry.
Hey, other podcasts do this all the time.
Just because I want to know what she looks like.
Right, because I also want to know if I'm picturing the right person. Like, I'm saying the name to the face in my head. Does that make sense?
So, Jennifer Garner is on 13 Going on 30.
Yes, she is.
So, I could see that too. She doesn't.
I mean, she also has those soft features and very dark hair. But I am curious, what does Jessica Biel look like? Do you think?
What is she in? I've seen her before. Sorry, my phone's taking forever.
No, you're fine. Okay, that is the face I was picturing. Okay, good.
Oh shit, she's married to Timberlake?
Lucky. He could be a great Eros too, if you think about it. With the curly blonde. Well, maybe he's not curly blonde anymore, but NSYNC Timberlake totally could be a cute little
Seventh Heaven.
Eros.
Okay, she plays in Total Recall. She plays in a lot of movies.
Okay.
Blade. Okay, that makes sense as to what. Yeah, I see something.
I don't know. That's just kind of how I picture Psyche. That's how I picture Psyche.
Honestly, I think I picture. She's on Pretty Little Liars. She plays Arya. Something Hale. Lucy Hale.
Is she one of the main characters?
Yes.
So I know what you're talking about because I've seen the commercial. I just never watched the show. And they all have kind of distinct looks.
So Lucy Hale is who I think I would picture. And that's just because she's young. And I mean, all right, guys. Apparently, we decided we're building you a cast for this. Right. I know. I'm like, write this down.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of like building a cast because I don't know if you saw like, that's just me.
Okay, I totally see that, especially if her hair was longer. I just picture her with very long hair.
With very long hair. She recently cut it. But like, I don't know if you saw the ad or whatever it was with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Zeus, and he actually looked kind of like Zeus.
I could see it. That's not who I would pick, but I could see it. Mm-hmm. I could definitely see it.
Are you writing it down?
Yes, I am. But is he? I don't think he's our Zeus. I don't want Schwarzenegger as our Zeus for this story. Who do we think Psyche is, though? Which of these ladies is the?
I think we should
psychiest?
Put them both down because I feel like they have similar features. You know what I mean?
So should we put Beale Hale? Yeah. Okay, guys, we made a new person. Her name is Beale Hale.
Aphrodite. I just, I think Angelina Jolie is more Hera, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm never gonna cast Jolie because
you know what?
Not a fan.
I am not a fan either. I'm not. But I could see her as Hera, actually. Aphrodite, Scarlett Johansson.
I see, Angelina Jolie has such a serpentine look to me that I could picture her as Medusa.
Oh, I could absolutely see that. She does. It's those cheekbones. Absolutely.
But, okay, so who is our Aphrodite or our Venus?
That's hard. I'm scared. If we say something, are we going to get in trouble?
Who is the goddess of beauty in the realm of Hollywood?
I actually saw a theory that I really liked, which was in every scene, Aphrodite is played by a different actress. All different cultures, Hispanic, African-American, or Black.
She is just the embodiment of womanly beauty.
And beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
She is the embodiment of beauty, guys.
Whatever you think would be most attractive.
That's our Venus. So, all right, you listening? You keeping up? I'm writing it down, but you guys can't see
I know. You gotta comment.
Cupid is Harry Styles. Leo is Apollo. Psyche is Beale Hale. Remember, Lucy Hale and Jessica Biel. Venus is the embodiment of beauty, so whatever that is for you, that is what Venus looks like, or who plays Venus, however you want to look at this. Who else do we need to... Are we going to cast her sisters, the jealous sisters? The sisters?
When I see that, I just think the ugly cartoon stepsisters from
Cinderella. Oh my God, that's so great.
Anastasia's a nice one, though. I don't know if you saw the second one. She became nice.
Oh, did she become nice?
The other one's a bitch.
I forgot they made a sequel because I've totally the girls watched that.
Because she falls in love with an ugly baker and her
yes, I do remember that.
Her mom's like, "Ew, are you fucking kidding me?" She's like, "Fuck you, mom. I love him." Yeah, that was good. That was actually really good.
That was good. I'm glad my girls watched that one. I feel like her sisters. Let's see. Well, let's just put because Jessica Biel and Lucy Hale are Psyche, I definitely want to put Garner in as one of the sisters because I feel like the looks would fit.
I feel I could
Jennifer
see that.
Garner, and who else?
How many sisters are there?
Just 2. Who else has that kind of look? What do you think? What about what's her face from American Horror Story? Because she totally would be the one throwing that scheme along.
Oh, I fucking hate that bitch. Are you talking about Emma Roberts?
Yes!
I could totally see Emma Roberts.
She's the bitchier sister.
Such a bitch. But yeah, I could totally. She's like, he doesn't even want you. What the fuck?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so I think we. Are we casting Psyche's dad, or he's just so minor?
I think he's so minor. Okay. I can't think.
So then the last
Zeus.
The Zeus is the last one to cast.
Oh my God, I have no idea though. I don't know.
Who is our Zeus? When I picture Zeus of Hollywood these days,
I like Liam Neeson, actually. But he played Zeus in Clash of the Titans, so I like that representation. But he's got to have a good voice. I could see Jeremy... Sean Connery or Jeremy... is it Jeremy? It's something with an R. He talked for Scar.
Renner?
Is that it?
No, that's a younger guy, probably.
He talked for Scar in the original Lion King.
That might be Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons.
Okay, I like him as Zeus.
I could see that.
Is he?
I think he could be. I don't know if he is.
He got buffed up for our fake movie.
Yeah, but he's got
But
the
I like
voice.
Jeremy Irons. Yeah,
I do.
I like. He's very 90s.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of stuff in the 90s.
Well,
he was often the bad guy too, which I think for Zeus is great because Jeremy Irons played good guys and bad guys.
Yeah,
Zeus.
He was on an episode of SVU, and he had gotten. He wasn't a bad guy. He thought he was because he had gotten drunk and blacked out and thought he heard it. Did you see it?
I don't know, but I understand the face now because I was like, what was gonna be said at first?
Well, he got drunk, blacked out, thought he hurt his daughter. Didn't. Instead, it was.
I know the episode. Now I know.
Yeah.
But it was that was a
that was a plot. That was a plot twist, though, because the whole time you're like, oh my God, did he do this? And he's like, I hate myself. I was drunk and blah blah blah. And that's not what happened at all. So for the past 20 years, he's been thinking this horrible thing about himself. That's not even what fucking happened.
Yeah.
Jeez,
that's rough.
SVU be that sometimes. I get. Okay, speaking of Zeus, Christopher Maloney. He's fucking huge, and he's got a beard now.
He's too short.
What? But
Christopher Maloney is tiny.
Is he?
He's in Happy, which you shouldn't watch. I don't think you would.
Bryson keeps telling me to watch it. Is it stupid? It looks dumb.
No, it's really distributing.
With is he a schizo or like it's the one with like
the
his
little
kids? Yeah, it's disturbing. It's like his daughter gets kidnapped and his imaginary friend comes. I thought it was a comedy. It's not.
I mean, it's funny in places. It's really fucked up. It's Corey won't watch it. It's really fucked up.
Really, Bryson never finished it. She's abducted.
Do we want?
Tell me afterwards.
Yeah,
please,
I will.
Because Bryson,
I don't want to ruin it for the viewers, and I'll put it that way. Really, I just don't want to talk on our show about the subject matter. I'll tell you after. Yeah,
please do because I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought it was a comedy like that Looney Tunes one because he's a cartoon.
No, but Patton Oswalt is great as that little blue unicorn guy. I love
Ratatouille, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's good.
I love him. I do. And his wife was like into true crime, and she solved the Green River Killer case. Yeah, she passed away.
That was So anyway, point is, Psych was so beautiful.
She was so beautiful. Like her beauty surpassed her two sisters.
We spent 20 minutes guessing. I'm so sorry if you guys are still.
It's okay. We were worried this might be a short episode. We just took care of that.
Yeah. so Psych was so beautiful.
She was so beautiful that men. They loved her, right?
It's almost like a Helen of Troy type
they flocked to admire her beauty, and because they were admiring her beauty
and not Aphrodite,
they were not honoring Aphrodite. Venus's her altars were filled with cold ash, and she just felt so ignored. Mm-hmm. She's the most beautiful woman in existence.
Tell me I'm pretty, and you're not fucking telling me I'm pretty.
I mean, like that is the vibe I get. It's that woman who needs the attention, you know what I mean? Exactly. And I mean, that's very Venus or Aphrodite of her, whichever way you want to go.
So obviously she's very upset because Aphrodite is a jealous goddess. I mean,
I mean, let's be clear. You know, she is a goddess and she's not being honored.
Right, exactly.
And she's watching this mortal get all her adoration. I'm not saying I don't blame her because, you know, but I'm giving the understanding. Mm-hmm, you know what I mean? Where it's due. So she's super jealous of the beauty.
Oh yeah, and jealous of the attention she's getting because of her beauty. So she sends Cupid.
Yeah, she says to Cupid, like, I want you to take care of this for me.
Yeah, make her fall in love with the ugliest creature.
Yeah.
Which, like I said earlier, when I think about it, would be the Minotaur.
Yeah, that's what you had said.
I mean, I don't wish, but like at the same time, he needs love.
Wait, okay, so actually what's really funny now that I think about it, Aphrodite is married to Hephaestus. Was she like trying to punish Psyche? Was she trying to get rid of her husband with Psyche with her son's help? Oh my god, I didn't even think about that before.
But I love just popped in my head. He was
but like, because you say you think the Minotaur, but I'm like, Hephaestus.
Yeah, no, I totally got where you were going with that.
Yeah, like I didn't even until like we're talking about it right now.
Just saying, I picture Hephaestus as Peter Dinklage. Because I love Peter Dinklage. I love Peter Dinklage, and I think he'd be a good Hephaestus.
We don't think you're ugly, though. You're
not cute. He's so cute.
He is cute.
He's cute, but low-key, I think Hephaestus is cute, but which is funny because
it's like the ugliest animal contest kind of thing. Like, they're so ugly, they're cute.
To me, it's like, he's a good person. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And you know, okay, yeah, no, it's a good point to make. But I'm sorry, like it's like, did she want Cupid to make her fall in love with him? Because like, okay, but let's think about it even further, right? It's either to get rid of her husband, right?
Or to get rid of them both.
Or to give her a valid excuse to go after Psyche and be a vengeful woman because, you fell in love with my husband.
Right. I
didn't even think about that either.
What was the goddess thinking?
I know. That's crazy. But ultimately, she wanted Psyche punished for taking her adoration, right?
Absolutely.
But the way that Edith Hamilton puts it in her book is, but Venus made the mistake of showing Cupid what Psyche looks like first.
Right, exactly. Well, the truth is, with Psyche being so beautiful, or Psyche being so beautiful, would it be a mistake to show any man?
Maybe.
Maybe
yeah,
she should have
right? She should have just had a woman help her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a
or,
good point.
my guess, it was Greek. It was Hellenic. It was ancient Greece, so it really didn't matter.
Right. And to me, in my head, I go, the way I read that is Cupid, the god of love, falls head over heels in love without any help from himself. Like, that's how connected those two were supposed to be. Does that make sense?
I love it.
I don't know.
So,
that's how it is to me.
Basically, her punishment is that, he doesn't go through with it.
Right. He doesn't go through with punishing her like his mother would. Yes. He falls in love with her instead.
And so he makes it to where no one wants to marry her or be with her. Everybody's like, oh, you're so gorgeous, but not wife material.
Right, exactly. And so both of her sisters, so Emma Roberts and Jennifer Garner, get married off. And Beale Hale is just like, what is wrong with me? Does my breath stink?
Yeah, right? She's like, what the fuck is going on? And even her fucking dad is like,
tit check.
Her dad is like, this makes no sense.
Right, her dad's like, she's the most beautiful of my daughters. Why am I not getting dowry money?
She's like... I'm intimidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Beale Hale, you are, bitch. You are an intimidating woman.
So he goes where?
He goes to visit Apollo, Leo. Young Leo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we cast
okay,
Apollo
but now I'm
Leo.
imagining Leo and
he doesn't go to Apollo himself. He goes to the Apollo's oracle.
Yes.
Right. And he asks for help, but before he visits Apollo, Harry Styles, our young Cupid, has already visited with Leo.
He's like,
our Apollo, and he's like, she's so beautiful. I need her in my life. I need your help. Help me. So Dad goes to the oracle of Apollo, right?
Right.
And the oracle says, well, she's destined to be the wife of a sea serpent. You need to dress her up in mourning clothes and go. I don't remember the name of it. It was a cliff. I feel like I feel like
it's a real place.
Yeah, I feel like it's a real place because I feel like it was given a name, but I didn't think that
That's what I love about the Hellenic. Everything's real. Like if you checked out our Instagram before, you saw the fucking stone and the cave and
yes, I do love that. I do love that.
And I can see it like it's flat where he just spit it out and it landed.
Right? And why maybe that stone was picked to represent a child
because it would have been
great for hiding in the swaddling cloth. But yeah, so Apollo has his oracle. We just so that so they dress her up in her mourning clothes and they put her up on the hill.
Like, I'm sorry. You're going to marry something that's like a monster, basically.
Right. And as we were talking earlier, I find it crazy that this is a time when people would just be like, okay, so the person high on natural gas from that crater that they're just inhaling over all day long has said, you got to leave me up on a mountaintop. Just leave me for this monster to come get me. And that's what we do, and I go willingly. That's what kills me. I love, and it kills me. You know what I mean?
Imagine how much
I love the romanticism of it, right? I love the romanticized thing, but at the same time, I go, in reality, people really did that though. They really,
absolutely. They'd get fucked up, and they'd be
they would believe what was said. And
I think you have ghosts in your blood. We need to.
We need to just we just got to cut your wrist open. And
exactly.
Bleed you out.
Right, exactly.
We're gonna collect it in a bowl.
The gods are telling me you should take some cocaine for this. It'll make it better.
Everybody in the 80s. Yes, guys. Thank you.
If Apollo said it, it must be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Apollo
it was opium
was
over
very,
there, I think,
very prevalent in the 80s. I'm gonna say.
I think it was. In the Hellenic, it was more opium. They drank.
Yeah. Well, because they had access to poppies, and I've seen many spells. Poppies are very prevalent. So opium would make sense.
So anyway, they take her there. She goes to where? What is it? It's
so the wind zephyr, which I'm not really familiar with it other than I like that word. So I like to say words I like. It carries her to a little field. And it's so calming and relaxing. She falls asleep, which makes me think of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz and Was She in Poppies?
Oh my gosh, you're right! Poppies! That's what she was in!
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Oh my God, so many storybook things coming about. So she falls asleep in the field.
Part of me is like, was Persephone involved with this? With the
Perhaps, because we'll see later, right?
Right, exactly.
You know? But she wakes up from her meadow-induced sleep, and she's in front of like this beautiful castle or mansion or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the right word for the abode would be.
I would say castle. That's just what I would say. So within the castle are a bunch of servants that are invisible, and they're like, "Be our guest."
Right, I know. It's like so many fairy tale vibes because now we move into...
She can't see them, but they're dancing.
Right. We move into the territory of Beauty and the Beast.
Right, exactly. So...
she's got the ones she can't see, and they're like, it's cool, we'll take care of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the end of the first night, once it's dark, her husband arrives.
Oh my gosh, it's actually quite romantic.
It is really quite romantic, and I love the Beauty and the Beast vibes, but it's like not exactly the same because it's kind of opposite.
Again,
right?
me maybe romanticizing it, but imagine her. So she's got all these invisible servants. Be our guest, and then finally she's like waiting in her bed, and for all she knows at this point, he's a serpent, a snake. So she must be terrified. And I just imagine Cupid gently touching
He does. No, that's exactly what happens. Yes, exactly. He does. He's like very gentle. And like he like kind of puts her at ease with being so gentle because she is like just waiting there in terror. She has no idea what the fuck's going to happen. But I see it's like so
it's her
beautiful.
Wedding night.
It is. It's her wedding night. And I don't know, I just think it's so kind of
intimate,
really
romantic,
right?
Like sexual encounter.
There's something very
okay, now I'm getting like she's got like the
right, exactly. It's got like these.
God. Are we fangirling over?
But why not?
Right.
I mean, why not?
So romantic. So he comes to her every night, right?
Yeah.
But
only
at night.
Only at night. She doesn't see him because it's dark when he finally comes into their bedchamber.
And I imagine she's got a huge library and she's got all these things to entertain herself.
And she's got all these invisible things taking care of her.
Right.
Yeah, and she's got this beautiful place where she's just probably busying herself with enjoyment, like you said.
Jealous bitches.
Well, first Cupid tells her. He warns her. She gets a warning. He tells her, your sisters are going to go mourn you. Mm-hmm. You can't see them. It will be the ruin of everything.
But she does anyway.
She does because she spends the day sad and then she says to him, like, I can't see you. What? I can't see anybody ever again?
Right. Oh, that sucks.
And then...
Got a point there, though. Like...
She does have a point.
Fucking Emma
Roberts comes in and she's like, oh my God.
This is perfect casting.
I know. That's for Emma Roberts. Like,
I know.
That's why I was like the bitch from,
America. She's like, hey, bitch. You know what I mean?
If you've ever watched her in Scream Queens, she's even more of a bitch.
She's a bitch in real life.
So. You know what? I love her Aunt Julia. So
I do love Julia Roberts.
I want to love Emma.
I want to,
but
too.
I also don't like Emma's dad.
She beat the shit out of Evan Peters when they were dating.
I hate her.
Yeah, did you know that?
Because like
she got arrested. Like she punched him in the fucking when I say she's a bitch in real life, I mean no.
Emma Roberts, don't talk to me.
You can't sit with us,
bitch.
But sponsor us if you want to.
We're too good for your money.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what?
Yeah, we're too good for your money.
Evan Peters, we're too good for her money. Okay. So Emma Roberts comes in and she's like smoking her fucking cigarette and being jealous because even though she had a good life, because Cupid made sure she married well.
Right. Exactly. They both did. But they're like, my castle is not open.
Right. Like, I don't have invisible servants.
Why are you so fucking happy when you were supposed to have married a sea serpent?
Right.
She's like, okay, well, this guy may be gentle and he may be so sweet, but he's still a fucking monster.
Right. Like, what happens when he decides to eat you?
Yeah, exactly.
Know? And so, like, now Psyche's really, scared.
With
they got in her psyche.
Yeah. With the whole she can't see Cupid and he's supposed to be a sea serpent, I'm like, Medusa. You know, do they see him as like a gorgon?
But at the same time, I go, she can't see him. He's supposed to be a sea serpent. We are led to believe they have been living happily as a married couple up until this point, which means she has had full body contact, even in the dark. She has to know he's not covered in scales for the most part, right?
Right. I am fangirling right now. I'm kind of got nothing for Cupid.
I do too.
But maybe I should,
especially the casting.
Maybe. Oh, right. Maybe I should be careful saying that though. Like, I don't want to be smited.
Also, I don't want an arrow. Like, I love my husband. We're just talking.
Yeah, I love my husband too.
Yeah, we're just talking, Cupid. If you are listening, we love you. Mm-hmm. And we want you to leave us as we are. Like, we don't love you like that. We romanticize you and love the idea of you. Yes.
But, respectfully.
Yeah. And viewers, sorry guys, you're going to hear this a lot because when we're talking about deities, we fully believe they can hear us.
Oh, and absolutely.
If we say something that we feel is out of line or out of touch, we want to address it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So, kind of falling in love with the story.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's a beautiful... I love so many things about this story. Like, okay, so now her sisters have gotten in her head, and so now Psyche's like, well, shit. I guess I should see him.
I need to see him. I need to know.
Yeah, so she waits until he's asleep that night, and she gets her lamp. And she lights it, even though that's like the only rule. And she
holds it up to where she can see his face, and in doing so,
she's so stunned by his beauty that
because it's fucking Harry Styles.
Exactly. And she's like, oh, I've been sleeping with that every night.
Damn. You know what I mean? Holy shit. And then I imagine her hand is shaking a little bit because she accidentally spills a little oil. And then I imagine, I was going to say Eros, but Cupid's eyes like just immediately shoot open. He's like, ugh.
And he sees the light. And that's the first thing he realizes, that he's in light and he's in pain.
Cupid is made even sexier because I just realized he's got some sexy ass wings. So we got some angel wings going. Well, maybe not. I
picture him as angel wings.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got like a... Wow, can you imagine though? Like they're like binging, she can't see him, and then she feels his wings, and she's like,
"Oh my god,
what is that?"
Right?
You know what I mean?
Or can you imagine? Like you said that, and halfway through, I picture like she feels the wind from his wings because they're involved in the act.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And so she's like, "Oh my god, what is going on here?"
Cuddling at night, and she's like,
and
"Oh,
she's
it's
wrapped
cold,
up in his
cold."
wings. He has like her own down blanket.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's
warm
like, damn,
feathers.
this is soft. But at that point, wouldn't she be questioning like?
But at the same time, you're still touching the flesh the whole time in those circumstances. So it's just, it makes it weirder, but you still know it's not a serpent. But either way, now she definitely knows it's not a serpent.
Right.
But Cupid knows that she lost faith.
And he says what?
He says, love cannot exist where there is no trust. And he leaves. He flies away.
He flies away. Like
love
Icarus
flies away.
Oh my god.
Poor Icarus. I had a rabbit named Icarus.
LOL. That's going to be the title of this. Love flies away. So Psyche is like, oh my god, and she tries to search for Cupid.
She's like, okay, so I need to prove to him that I love him because, like, he's right. I lost faith, and so she goes searching for him everywhere. He has gone to his mommy to have mommy take care of him.
He's like, my arm.
Right? And she's searching for him, and Venus is taking care of Cupid, right? And so she's praying to all the other deities, like, please help me find my husband. And of course, like, everybo's like, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot fucking pole. I'm not pissing off anybody. Yeah, exactly.
Like, she literally brought the downfall of a fucking country.
Right, yeah. Like, I'm not, 10-foot, like, not a 10-foot pole, not touching that with a 10-mile mountain.
Right, exactly.
No. So, like, Psyche kind of figures out, like, she's not going to get help in that regard. Mm-hmm. So she decides she's going to go to the source. She figures maybe he's with his mother. And she goes and she finds Venus, who the whole time has been looking for her while she's been off looking for Cupid.
She's like, you hurt my son, and you are, like, pretty.
Well, I think Venus's pride does not allow her to admit to anybody
that they're pretty.
Well, I was going to say, admit to anybody that she's insecure enough about somebody else's looks, except for her son, for his help in smiting that person. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thought. I don't know what you think about it.
So she runs into Venus, and Venus is like, you whore.
Yeah, you fucking almost killed him. She, like, tries to make her feel terrible. You almost killed him, burning him.
It's not like he's an immortal god. Okay. Right! Okay. And Psyche, I imagine's like, oh my god, I'm so
terrible. I'm so sorry. I just want to prove my love for him.
And Venus says, okay, well, here's a couple tasks you can do.
Tasks in really heavy air quotes for those not watching.
Right. And
they are
some of those are, what's the first one with the end?
The very first one is she takes all of the tiniest seeds. So sesame seeds, poppy seeds, and there's 2 other kinds that I don't remember listed, but she takes all 4 of these kinds of tiny seeds, right? You know how tiny sesame and poppy seeds are, right? So there's 4 different kinds. I want to say millet's in there, but I don't really know what millet is. But anyway, she mixes them all together.
She separate them?
And she says you have to separate them each into a pile of their own kind. Thinking it's going to take her forever, which I love because that is one of the things that the wicked stepmother does to Cinderella in the grim version of Cinderella. So the ants take pity on her. Like the gods, nobody above ground is willing to fuck with Venus's wrath. But the ants come and they willing.
She's like, ooh. Like Snow White. That was...
I know. I love Snow White and Cinderella having all the animals help her. Like, you know what help them. Right?
I love that. And then they show up. And then Venus...
and they just come crawling into Earth. And they separate all the seeds.
It reminds me of that movie, Enchanted. I don't know if you ever saw it. She sings and the fucking rats from the sewers come in. That's so funny. Yes. She's like, help me.
Oh, Enchanted, not the other one.
Not Ella Enchanted. I'm talking about Enchanted. I liked them both, honestly. Yes. Ella Enchanted's great, but Enchanted, when she's in New York,
fucking funny,
she's like,
that movie.
And then like you got like pigeons and the like rats and like cockroaches.
Say, you said, I don't know if you've seen Enchanted, and my brain pictured Frozen, and I was like, of course I saw that.
Oh god.
So if my face did a thing, it's because I was like, I hated Frozen.
Well, there's a sequel to Enchanted coming out called Disenchanted, and I'm very excited for that because I love Enchanted with the redhead.
Yes, I loved her. Wasn't that Amy Adams? Was that Amy Adams?
Yes, it was. Or the one that looks just like her.
Yeah, exactly, because I get them so confused. That's why I was like, but
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So the ants separate the things, and then Venus comes back.
And she's like, you had help. And Psyche's like, you know what I mean? Right. Like, I don't imagine her being like, no, I didn't. I just imagine her.
I mean, I feel like she was like, you wanted it done, it got done.
So she's like, okay, get this water from this fucking waterfall. Right. That goes into the underworld, right?
It comes from the underworld. It's from the river Styx. It's water from the river Styx, and it's like impossible to get to because all the crags and shit.
Right, and then an eagle helps her. Now,
and you had read that
read that it was an eagle of Zeus.
Okay.
So
maybe it should, and I mean that would make sense if Zeus controls like all eagles, and he's like, hey, don't tell anybody that I told you to do this. Just like fly over and do this thing.
And then, or Psyche's like, eagle.
And just like the Lord of the Rings, the big ass.
Oh my god, fuck yeah.
Down. Yeah. Sorry, I love that scene.
And then we've got the last one.
He takes the thing from her and he fills it up, right? And then the sheep with the golden fleece, because like Venus cannot fucking believe that she is completing these tasks. So she's like, you know what?
This makes no sense.
You're going to bring me some fucking fleece from... some golden fleece from the sheep with the golden fleece, which are highly aggressive for anybody who doesn't know the mythology around the golden sheep. They are highly aggressive. And so, again, Psyche goes and she's like, fucking how the fuck am I going to get fucking gold fleece off these things? And the...
Now, what was the help with that one? I don't remember this one.
I don't remember because this one it was. It was like a goose or a sea otter, something that lived near the pond that she was near when she was trying to get the golden fleece, told her that if she waited until like afternoon or nightfall, some bullshit like that, If she waited until then, the sheep would come down to get water, and at that
They'd
point,
be distracted or something?
she could go pick all their fleece off the briars, off the briars that had grabbed it. And so she's able to get the golden fleece and produce it to Venus.
Okay, is this like an invisible force that said this? Because in the underworld, it says there's an invisible force that's like, keep going, keep going.
No, it's like, it's a creature. I just can't remember what kind of creature. I mean, maybe it's a force that takes over a creature, but I believe it was, I want to say a sea otter, but I don't know if that's right.
Let us know. Or, well, we've got a book right here.
We've got a book. You know what? We're doing it this episode. Why not?
I know. I'm over here like, are you kidding me? My husband just said, can you pick up ketchup? Oh, I'm sorry.
He didn't want to go to the store earlier.
Yeah, no, I did. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I've been asking for ketchup for like the past 3 days. And he's like, yeah, I'll get it for you. And he has yet to get it.
Okay. I found it in the story.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was a green reed, so it was the plants that were growing.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it could have been.
Remember, like, and now that I like listen to it, I'm like, she's pretty like.
She's a fairly well. I mean, she in a second she's about to be a much bigger character in this story. And we're about to meet. Who did we cast as? We didn't cast Persephone.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Sorry, baby.
I see as Persephone. I see what's her name. I think her name's Emily. I'll show you a picture.
Okay. Because I know who I pictured as her, but you're not. It's like so random, but
it's oh Emily something. Hold on. I've got to show you. We are not always on our phones or looking through books.
And you guys, if you've watched previous episodes, oh my god, then you know this is it's uncommon. But we're having
Browning
fun.
Is who I see. So I'll send you a picture, or I'll show you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I'll show you a picture. She is so pretty. She's like. Sorry, my phone's.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
But she has beautiful long brown hair. I don't know.
I picture the lead singer as Mazzy Star.
Really? I don't.
Yeah, that's why I said it's so random. Like, you probably would not even be able to picture her. You would have to Google it, and I don't know the woman's name.
Have you seen A Series of Unfortunate Events?
Nope, actually haven't. Roz used to watch it when she was younger, but I never watched it with her. You mean Lemony Snicket's series,
yes.
Right? Okay.
So I picture Emily Browning personally, just because she's, within that age, and I think she's really pretty. But that's just me.
I can see that.
Is okay.
That isn't but I'm good with it because, I mean, the lead singer of Mazzy Star is so random. You can look her up if you want, but
of who, or of what?
Mazzy, Mazzy, and then the word star. It's two separate words.
Oh, okay. So Hope Sandoval or something like that.
Okay. Oh, I like her name. Her name is Hope. That's great.
She's pretty.
Yeah, that's who I like, and her voice is so haunting. It's like a haunting melody. She's so beautiful. But we'll go with Emily Browning.
Like adult Persephone, Florence from Florence and the Machine, and Hades, Hosier.
I was listening to him when you came over.
Right. They just have that vibe.
Yeah, I can dig it. Okay, so we forgot to cast Persephone, but now we have, or Proserpine, as she's known in Latin.
Oh, I have to apologize. I changed my mind. I think Keanu Reeves would be a good Hades, actually, from 2022, with the beard and I could see that.
Oh, I think Keanu Reeves I think earlier Keanu Reeves would be a good Hades as well, because I picture Hades as have you ever seen Joe Black, where Brad Pitt is death? He comes.
No.
Oh my God, meet Joe Black. It's such a good movie. It's a remake of an older movie, and essentially the story is Death Takes a Holiday.
Oh, nice.
Right, and maybe Meet Joe Black is a remake of Death Takes a Holiday, but either way, death takes over the body of somebody that's going to die. He comes up to Earth to just see what life is like. And so, like, oh no! He does take the body of somebody that's going to die, but he goes to this man who's supposed to die, and I can't remember if he makes the offer or if the man is just like, please don't let me die yet. Mm-hmm. So he says, okay, fine. Well, you got to show me what life is like. And then he, like, death kind of, like, falls in love with Anthony Hopkins' daughter, because Anthony Hopkins is the guy who doesn't want to die, or who's been given the chance to live a little bit longer so that death can experience life.
City of Angels, like, but not.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't remember City of Angels as much. I didn't watch that as much, but I love Brad Pitt so much.
I'll have to watch that, because
Meet Joe Black is really pretty. It's sad. It's really pretty, though. It's really pretty.
I believe it, because I love City of Angels.
Anthony Hopkins.
I do too. Good. He's awesome.
I can't think of an Anthony Hopkins movie I've seen that I don't like.
Another, like, thing, I guess it really depends on how you see Hades, because part of me had this theory, like, the underworld is much more barbaric than Olympus, like, so part of me was like, hey, Khal Drogo, because he's so, like, again, it's just...
No, I get you. I get what you're saying.
Compared to... So, I can see Demeter being like, no, you don't understand. The underworld is so fucking savage compared to us in Olympus, and we're, look at our brother. He's uncivilized. And I don't know. I'm not saying that I believe that, but I would love that.
I view Hades in this manner where he's the guy that is dressed in black who is so fucking reserved. Like, have you ever heard the term fear the anger of a gentleman? Right? So that's how I picture Hades. He is so fucking reserved. He is so, like,
oh, absolutely.
He is the fucking king of his goddamn realm. Mm-hmm. And
he like doesn't have to be. He's emo about it.
Right, like, he doesn't have to be big and bad to scare. Like, no. They will not step out of line.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, that's my image of Hades. I very much picture him in a black cloak kind of.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why I
like
can see the Khal Drogo thing.
You know?
So when you said Keanu Reeves, I was like, that is so... Even, like, Matrix Keanu Reeves without the glasses, it's like...
When I say Khal Drogo, that's more like headcanon for me. Like, oh, that would work, but I
know I can see it, but like, yeah, I agree because I can see from the standpoint. But I feel like Khal Drogo would be like one of his helpers. Or maybe he's fucking Sharon because he's got to keep people off the boat that don't got money.
Oh, that would make sense. Like, I could
totally see what you're saying with the underworld being like
more barbaric and chaotic and like they have different customs than they do in Atlantis.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And Atlantis, Olympus. Well, that's a different episode.
I can't wait for that episode.
But because up there they're so civilized, and down there you've got Hades, and he's so reserved, and he's like old, like I'm thinking like he's stuck in almost like the Titans type age, whereas up there they've
got that the post Garden of Eden stage that you were talking about, like the Hellenic Garden of Eden,
and he's down there, and he I could even imagine Hades speaking an older language than up there. I'm not saying that he does. This is
Hades,
like,
if you're listening, we think you're sexy.
Right, yeah. No apology for that one, though.
Yeah, no, none.
Oh my God.
Well, like Persephone, we don't want your man. We love you.
You fucking said that, and that reminded me, I have to tell this story. When I sat in a fucking chair and it broke, and I just fell backwards. And this was before I had my son, and I was stoned as fuck. Like, this was like years ago before I had my son. And the chair is falling back, and as the chair is falling back, I'm like, thank you, Hades. He's picked me. And then I just land with this huge crash. And I'm like, oh, I'm still here.
Oh my God.
It's just funny because, like, the things you think of.
Yeah, I know. I know.
My husband was so concerned because I didn't say a fucking word as I was going down. I didn't yell out. I was just like, it's time. Oh my God.
He's like, damn, this bitch ready to go.
Right? He's like, oh, never mind. She's too willing. Oh my God. So that was the time I almost got Persephone.
Right. But speaking of Persephone, so Emily Browning, who is very, very pretty young lady, I think that's a very good choice for Persephone. So now she gets brought into our cast of characters.
Right, because Venus, who is a totally different person because she changes like shape.
Right, yeah. She's whatever, maybe she's Halle Berry right now.
Right, exactly. Or
who knows?
Maybe she's, she's
Scarlett Johansson right now. Or
exactly.
she's Selma Hayek. Obviously, I'm naming the people I think are most attractive.
Selena Gomez.
Or Lana Del Rey.
Oh my god, yeah, I could so see. And the thing is, I can see her changing shape every time she's talking to Cupid as well. So every time he goes to his mom, she's somebody else.
But he still knows her energy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's that same embodiment
I do love
beauty.
the idea of not a specific actress.
I do. I love that. I love that.
So anyway, she says, "Can you get this beauty potion from Persephone?"
Yeah.
And so she goes into the underworld. How does
you had read about a benevolent force that was just kind of helping her move along, telling her how to go. It really, I didn't see anything that gave a specific how she found her way to the underworld.
Right.
Did she follow the same path that Orpheus followed? Because she somehow knows.
Maybe like through a cave or something.
Yeah, because maybe she'd heard stories of
what
this
if the
leads through the underworld. Maybe it is. Maybe she's like beckoning her. Yeah, well, you kind of alluded to it. Yeah.
So anyway, she goes under there. Persephone's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, sure. Aphrodite sent you. Yeah, okay. Here's this potion.
I'll give you this, right? Because it's Aphrodite. I'm not gonna say no.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
And then she opens it.
Right. She's like, well, I'm gonna, because like she's gotten to a point during this portion of her journey where she's like, what's the fucking point?
Right.
And, she's being moved along by an unseen force kind of helping motivate her. But she comes to a point where she opens it up to see what this famous love potion is. And she falls into a deep sleep.
It's fucking anthrax. But sleep anthrax.
Right. And in the other parts, somewhere else in Olympus, right? Cupid is finding out about everything that his beloved
at that point, Venus was like, "Oh, I'm taking care of you. I'm taking care of you." He's like, "Oh, thanks, Mom. I'm ready to go." She's like, "No, you're not going anywhere." And
Mommy's
he's like,
here.
Right, Mother knows that.
Yeah. Mother.
And he's like, "Okay, I kind of want to go now." And she's like, "Sit down." You know what I mean?
And like this bitch is like, all right, I got wings. Fly
away
out this window, Mom.
Right.
And so he's like, I'm gonna go over Mom's head.
Literally.
So he flies off to Zeus.
A different actress.
Jeremy Irons.
So anyway.
So now we're with Jeremy Irons. We've got our Harry Styles, and he is appealing to Jeremy Irons, which I love this scene in my head.
Right, I'm kind of
Somebody please make this movie.
I'm kind of digging it, right?
And then we get credit for casting.
He's like, please, I love her. And Jeremy Irons is like, do you? I can't do this fucking voice. He's like, really? He's like, do you really? I can't do it. But Scar from The Lion King, OG.
But essentially, it's like, fine, love, I cannot deny you, although you, love, have made me look foolish in the past. And I don't know if this is really, but that's what I've read, and it is one of my favorite parts about the story.
He totally blames Zeus,
he's like, you made me turn into a bull, you made me turn into a swan, but I cannot deny you. Which I fucking love, though, because it's also the most powerful god saying, I can't deny love.
Right, I love it. I also just love the headcanon that Hera is, like, standing behind him while he's
Angelina Jolie. Wait, no, did we?
I personally
we'll go with Angelina, because
she's, like, staring at him, and he's like,
she's like, you dagger eyes.
You kind of...
Little snake tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Hera. That was Angelina.
She got her dress, and she's like... Because, I can't see Hera necessarily blaming Cupid, but I can see her and Zeus just getting into a fucking argument, and Zeus is trying to get out of it. So he's like, yeah, I'm fighting with my wife because of you.
Yeah.
But okay.
I can't deny love. And I do love the undertones in this story.
Right.
Love can't exist where there is no trust. That's very true.
Right, exactly.
And I cannot deny love. Even though you've made me look foolish in the past, love. Love has made me do foolish things. But I
wonder
cannot
what
deny.
Aphrodite's doing this whole time.
Well,
She's
right now, she's still stewing over the fact that she can't fuck up Psyche.
Right.
And or maybe she's like proud of herself because Psyche is now on this last task to the underworld. And maybe even Venus already knows that Psyche's curiosity got the best of her.
Right.
And so she's not on her way.
So she's like...
she's just asleep in this never-ending sleep.
Right, so she's got like this evil
exactly. And so...
Cute, evil Aphrodite.
Right.
Which would be...
Yeah, I'm trying to think who's beautiful and evil.
I just know that Zendaya has got to play her at some point. Like...
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah, okay. Is she an evil laugh? Would she be good for an evil laugh?
This would not be evil laugh. I think we're looking more like that chick that plays Harley Quinn, maybe.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
Yeah. So she's and Aphrodite's actually dressed like Harley Quinn
with like the red and blue and everything.
Right, oh my
and
God.
She's like, I got my way. Fucking, that kid's mine.
She's got
forever.
like the fucking tattoo or something that says like fuck men, or I don't know what it is.
Love it. But Aphrodite's fuck men is like, it's not a anti-man slogan.
No,
it's more of an activity.
And I'm like, oh my God, does that mean Aries is dressed up as the Joker? And they got like some weird shit going on right now. Because I could see that. I could see that. They're fucking weird. Like,
right.
In a respectful way.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Right.
But as a child, I was really upset that I didn't like the idea of Aphrodite having an affair behind Hephaestus' back, because Hephaestus is the ugliest one and she's the most beautiful, and I love the idea of them together.
Right.
But as an adult, I see where Aphrodite and Ares having an affair, and they go so well together as well because it's love and war. So honestly, I think her with both
love
of
and
them,
passion too.
Yeah, exactly. You know? So I like the idea of her with both of them, in a non-weird way.
Right.
Because I do love the idea of the most beautiful one with the most ugly.
Yeah.
Because they balance each other out.
Right.
But then she also gets
because she's the embodiment of beauty, so she's able to see the beauty in Hephaestus. Yeah. And or even see the beautiful aspects of what's on the outside as well, because I mean, you can find beauty in all sorts of things.
You know, but from what I read, for the most part, she wasn't like super into Hephaestus. And that, so I guess that's my own little heart. You know what I mean?
And it's like the arranged marriage of the Olympians.
Because Zeus was like, oh, I know, we'll get her married. Then she can't have an affair with anyone. And Hera's like, you're married.
Like, bitch, we gonna have some words later, sir.
Right. So Cupid goes to Zeus, and then he finds Psyche, and he wipes the sleep.
He wipes the sleep from her eyes and puts it back in the box.
And I'm just imagining it like this golden goo
same.
slime.
Like, I picture exactly like the sparkly gold that's supposed to be sprinkled across your eyes by the Sandman. That's how I picture it. It's like sparkly and kind of like effervescent looking. Maybe it's not even solid material. And he just puts it back in the thing.
And she opens her eyes, and
there he is.
Cupid, and he's got his wings like,
and he's like.
And then you got the sexy chest.
And he's Harry Styles, so his hair's all
fuzzy. You got the sexy chest, wings open, and okay, let's make it sexier. Fucking sun just right over.
And so he's got like the rays of sun around him, but not in her eyes.
Because that's Apollo who fucking
helped this shit happen.
Oh my God! So that's a little blessing.
Yes.
So afterwards,
and so she
is
rewarded, right?
Yeah, she's gifted immortality.
Either way, yeah,
both. Yeah, and she becomes the goddess of soul.
I guess Psyche is the soul.
The soul.
So, I guess she would, she's the goddess of something. Soul-wise. But she's gifted immortality. Like you said, they feed her ambrosia and nectar. And now Venus is like, oh, well, she's a goddess, so she can be beautiful. It doesn't matter.
And they lived happily ever after. I mean, as much as you can in Olympus.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm sure there's some drama.
Yeah. Well, and I love at the end of the story is that love and the soul are combined forever. Right, forever. And it's like, it kind of fits like that whole narrative where like a lot of people, they're looking for their soulmates and stuff like that, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like love and the soul are intertwined, and, you know, like, it's just all those kinds of little tropes that I love from romances.
Have you seen The Office?
Yeah.
Okay.
The American Office. I have not watched
I don't like the British version. I would love for there to be a sitcom like The Office. You know, they pull aside, they're doing interviews, but it's Olympus. And I could totally see Zeus as the Michael. Like, he's, like, running the fucking show.
You know what? Like, I think, like, I like that, but you say that, and I go, I like the idea of, like, it being, like, the heavens in general, and so it's, like, all the different pantheons.
Right.
And they're, like, having to try and get along, and it's, like, maybe it's The Office, but more because it's, like, different companies. So, like, the Norse are this one company, or one branch of the paper company, and the Greeks are one branch, and the Slavics are one branch.
So you've got,
and it's, like, they're always, like, no, what we want to do is right, and they're always bickering.
And you've got, like, an interview with like, Thor, and he's just, like, I can't stand Loki. And then you've got, like, an interview with Loki, and he's like, I don't know what his problem is. Like,
I just pissed in his coffee. It was funny.
It was a joke.
Everybody else laughed.
Right. Everybody else laughed. Or, like, you've got, like, Hermes or something. He's like, I don't know why everybody thinks I'm gay. I'm not gay.
Oh, well.
Yeah, right? Like, or there's, like, I could just, like, funny shit, like The Office, dude. That
like
should
the
be
petty
so
shit.
Hilarious, absolutely.
Yeah, because we already talked about how Olympus is kind of...
Oh, absolutely, and I feel like there's,
but it's
like...
to mirror humanity, and it makes perfect sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So I would love to see, like, an Office episode of the Cupid psych thing going on. Can you imagine, like, an interview with Cupid, and he's like, I'm starting to think my mom doesn't want me to leave. I'm starting to think she's, like... keeping me here. I don't know.
But that would be so great, except like you would have like before Psyche fucks up, Cupid's always like in the dark like they do on those crime shows where somebody doesn't want to be known for who they are. Oh. And they've got the voice changer and they're in the shadow so you can't see him. And it's like, I do everything for her. I don't know why she has to see her sisters.
The voice is just...
And then she's over in the other interview room like, he won't let me see him.
No,
I don't even know what he looks like.
On,
and everybody who's watching is also like, we don't know because like the shadows in the background, they've got like arms going, you don't know. And his wings flap
I love the idea of Aphrodite getting in there. They're like, Aphrodite, do you have anything to say? And she's like, no comment.
Like, I love the idea when you bring Aphrodite into it. I want somebody to have an interview where they're like,
how does that make you feel?
No, I want one of the other gods or goddesses, like under the trope that Aphrodite is always played by some other actress, right? It's always a different actress. Right. So like somebody would be like, I can never recognize her. Or something like that. Like I always changes her hair every day.
So in one like sequence, she's fucking like Scarlett Johansson. In the next sequence, she's who was that woman? She won. She's that very beautiful African actress. I think you tried to say her name. It started with an S.
Oh,
anyway, point is, well, okay, let's say Halle Berry. So at one point she's Scarlett Johansson. The next point she's Halle Berry, and then they're just like, did you change your hair?
Yes!
Oh my god.
The ball said it like that one too.
That would be so funny. I like this new haircut.
Did you change your hair?
And I could see Zeus just being like, yeah, he really has fucked me over. But I'll give him this one.
Right, like I just can't say no to this guy.
And Hera's like sitting right beside him.
Right. And like he's talking about it like he's really fucked me over, and then you get like a flashback clip like out of a Family Guy kind of thing where it's like a flashback clip to Cupid and
Cupid's
Zeus,
just
like
sleeping
pounding beers. Oh, I'm thinking like they're pounding beers and Cupid's like, you know what would be really funny? If you turn into a swan right now, dude.
Oh my god!
Go see what happens. And so I'm like, he really fucks me over, but I just can't say no to this guy.
Oh my god. God, yeah. I love the idea. Like, this needs pitched. Because not even just for the psych one. Like, I could see it for, like...
everything. Yeah, everything. All the myths would be coming into play.
For Stephanie and Hades, like, she gets taken down and Demeter's, like, in an interview, like...
No, there will not be any warmth until my daughter is returned to me.
Right, exactly. And
I don't give a fuck.
She's like, I don't know, I kind of like it.
He's cute.
Right. And Hades just like...
He's dark.
Hades like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, he's just so like...
He's like, I needed a wife.
Right, like, he's just so chill about it, right?
He's like, I don't see the big deal.
Zeus, how do you respond to people saying that this was your fault? You know what I mean?
Zeus is now no comment.
no comment. It was Cupid.
I will always throw him under. I love that. I love it. He's always throwing Cupid under the bus for everything. Everything. Right, it doesn't matter.
He's like, well, actually, Cupid made the two fall in love, and I can't say no to love. It's like a throwback to, like, everything. Yes.
Like, oh my God.
That's so funny.
And every once in a while, there'll be, like, something regular that's wrong. Like, the paper order was missing, like, X amount of pounds of paper. And he's like, Cupid.
Right. You were supposed to be taking care of that. Who was supposed to be on that, Eros? Right. But, like, who would be Meredith? Because, like, she's, like...
she's so unpleasant.
And she's always naked, and she's, like, weird. So it's, like...
Bacchus. She's always drunk, isn't she?
Yeah, is she?
I'm pretty sure that's why she acts weird, just because she's drinking all the time. I think Bacchus. Would that be
No, that totally works.
Dionysus.
And
Bacchus.
Well, I think Dionysus would be Kevin. like, or maybe not Kevin, but I could see Apollo as, who is it? The gay guy. What's his name?
Oh, the curly, short, black hair that sleeps with what's-her-face, husband?
Yeah, who is that? I don't
know the actor's name.
But Dwight, I have no idea who he would be, honestly. Because he's, like, right up, like, Zeus's ass all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know who I could see as Eros? Probably Jim Halpert, honestly. Because he's so handsome. You know what I mean? We've got Creed. Creed is... I would say Hades because he's so fucking weird. He's like in the background. They're like, it's Halloween, happy Halloween. He's like, perfect timing.
Which one's Creed?
The weird fucking guy. He's like so weird.
Is he the HR guy?
Yeah.
That's like going bald?
No. He's got gray hair and he's like,
that guy!
He's like so weird. Kelly is Aphrodite. And fucking what's his name? Is Ares.
You know what? I feel like Dwight is Loki.
You do? Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I do. I feel like Loki would be a good fill-in for Dwight Schrute.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
Stanley is grumpy as fuck. Who would be?
Who's a god that's just like, leave me the fuck alone?
I don't know. I can't. Who would you cast as
who would you cast for The Office?
I'm so curious, but also there's Parks and Rec too. So if you're a fan of that, then definitely let us know.
Oh my God! Yeah, we could cast. Oh my God! Yeah, so
Ron Swanson.
This is gonna be. Oh my God! He's Zeus, 100%.
Oh yeah,
love Zeus. All right, I love Ron Swanson. I feel like he is Zeus. He rules the shit.
And then, I think what's her name is totally Persephone. She's that creepy. Chick,
Aubrey, what's her face?
Yes,
I love her. She's totally Persephone.
You've got,
but Homeboy would not be Hades. He's way too stupid. No,
he's funny.
He's funny.
Who would he
so
be?
Dumb.
I think I would.
I mean, Chris Pratt himself is not dumb, but the character is.
Oh, dumb. Absolutely.
But let's see, who would Amy Poehler's character be? God, she's so annoying. What goddess is just like in your fucking shit and annoying and
honestly,
annoying.
She's like a crazy feminist. Like in every episode, she talks about how.
So she'd be a great
Artemis. That's what I was thinking.
Or not Aphrodite, but Athena.
Athena, yes, absolutely.
Actually, okay, so. So there's her, and then there's her friend that's the nurse. So I feel like she would be Athena, and her friend nurse would be Artemis, because they're both feministy.
Yeah, so I could totally see that. I could totally see that. I do. I love both of them. I just can't.
Yeah, I forget.
I don't want to pay for Peacock because I already have Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah,
but I want to watch it. I do want to watch it. But like,
I think I didn't realize it was off of Hulu.
It is
we
now,
just haven't watched it
that
for
really
a while.
sucks because I like Park and Rec. The Office, they were comfort shows for me.
Yeah, definitely love. Well, and like for me, The Office, like it reminds me of my kids because like if I walk in to the house and The Office is on, it's because one of my teenagers is watching it. And when Roz moved out, like for like 6 months, Corey and I watched The Office.
Oh, Michael, he's just so inappropriate, but he's so funny. When he's like blind guy McSqueezy, okay, let that happen. Like, you know what I mean? Michael?
He is the definition of awkward comedy.
I love it though. Well, I don't know. I have to say Michael Cera is
I mean, I love but I'm saying like that particular character on The Office, like he embodies awkward comedy that drives me.
Oh my god, because he's so weird about it. Like I think there was an episode where the Meredith's dog died, and he's like, "What?" Like he just like freaks the fuck out. Or not Meredith's dog. Everything. That one lady's cat died, and he's like, "Sprinkles," and like loses his shit. Like it makes sense to him. I don't know, but my favorite episode is when all those people come over to his house, and he's with Jan. And he's like, yep, finally got myself a flat screen. And it's like the size of this. You know what I'm talking about?
I've not seen that one.
Yeah, it's like this big. He's like, finally got myself a plasma. And everybody's like, oh, that's so cool. He's like, I need some room. And he like it's so ridiculous. Oh it's so awkward.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Him and Jan though. Love it. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, this is by far our longest episode.
And we were afraid it would be the shortest.
I know.
Look at us go.
So
casting, it really makes sense.
Right, exactly. So comment your favorite cast.
Yes,
or your own thoughts. I definitely want to know.
Yeah, I'm curious. You can let us know on Twitter at Classiest Witches, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can comment below.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
We're Witches Talking Tarot on Instagram as well.
Mm-hmm. And if you want your own shout out that we're about to do for our Patreons, or if you want some of our swag or extra content, our Patreon link will be in the description as well. And speaking of Patreon, thank you, Melissa.
Thank you, Dallin.
We appreciate you
our
guys. Yes, you are our top tier patrons, and it means the world to us, and we would love for you to have friends.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Catch us next week, where we will be discussing We Don't Know Yet.
Yeah, we got to go over that, but
I think
eventually we'll get ahead enough where we can tell you.
Right, exactly.
Not there yet.
All right. Well, see you guys later.
Yeah, thanks for coming to sit with us for a spell. Have a good night.